Welcome to podcast number 231. Do you need more energy, drive, and performance? If so, I have the answer for you, and it's just that easy. Stay with us.
This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Jason Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Welcome, everyone. I really hope you're doing well. Tonight, I'm just jamming and excited and enthusiastic to be with you. Tonight, I am going to sell you something. I'm going to do my very best to sell you something. So I want you to be prepared to spend at least $400. Is that a deal? Deal? Okay. All right. You already agreed to it, so you can't go back now. Anyway, I'm going to talk tonight about a program that Tony Robbins does called Unleash the Power Within. Now, why would I do this? I don't work for Tony Robbins, and I don't get any of the money, and I don't get a commission. Well, it's my job to help people to be better. Actually, it's not my job to help people to be better. It's my job to challenge you to be better. It's my job to tell you that you can do better. It's my job to help you to want more. And there are so many people in life that are asleep, just numb, going through the motions, not living their full potential. And I'm saying that it's time for that to stop. It's time for us to get going, and it's time for us to live to our fullest potential. And so Unleash the Power Within is a program that Tony Robbins does. It's 4 days. It's absolutely amazing. I did it in person. Once he has the in-person, to prove my point. So I did it, came back absolutely changed for the better, more of who I truly am. And I signed my children up to go with me. And I spent, I at least spent $9,000 on plane tickets and hotels and buying a bunch of tickets for anybody who could go. And then COVID-19 hit. Like literally, it was the week that everything shut down. I was so disappointed. And now he does them virtually. I have not been through the virtual programs. I'm going through this Saturday through the virtual program for business mastery. And I have not gone through the Unleash the Power Within virtual program, but I have a hard time believing that he would do anything less than remarkable. So whether you do the virtual or in person, I recommend it. Now, here's why I recommend it. Because when I go around and teach superintendents or project managers or any position or consult with a company, most of the problem is not knowledge. Most of the problem isn't that. It's about people not having their lives in order. There's no vision for their lives. There's not the right mindset. There's no personal organization. They don't have a morning routine. They are not giving 100%. They are not past their fears. They're not speaking up. They are not doing the things that high-performing people do. They're not taking massive action. That's not me being judgmental. So I'm just saying that's the way it is. So when companies say, Jason, come do this, I'm always like, you want a level 1, 2, or 3? If you want a level 3, we're gonna kick on some music and we are going to jam and move, even if it's jumping jacks, even if you don't want to do dancing, we are going to move. If you want level 2, it's going to be high energy and we're going to pull people out of their comfort zones, but it's going to make some progress. Level 1, it's going to be high energy. It's going to be the best training you've ever been to, but it's not going to change you. It's going to be remarkable, but it's not going to change you. We need people that are changed for the better. We need people outside of their comfort zones. We need people that are past their fear. We need people that are ready to give 100%. We need people that are past their blocks in leadership, that are out there ready to speak up. It's not that supers don't know that they're supposed to speak up. It's that they won't because they're afraid. It's not that supers don't know how to go take on more responsibility. It's that they're not personally organized to do so. It's not that. It's not what we think it is. It's not technical skills. It's the lack of capacity to implement technical skills. So why would Jason Schroeder on a podcast take your time and suggest that you go to Tony Robbins? Because you can't get through life the way you want to without it. Even church, I'm heavily religious. At least spend 15 to 30 hours a week for church stuff and church service and with family. Actually, if you include family time, it's much more than that. And I'm telling you that I needed this training. And so I'm wanting to talk you into this. I want everybody listening to this podcast to sign up for Unleash the Power Within with Tony Robbins. And if you do, you will call me and tell me that it's one of the best things that you've ever done in your life if you go. And so I'm going to talk about that tonight. So first, I've got a couple of things. I heard somebody say a funny thought today that I was like, I have to share this on the podcast. He said, it's a coincidence of employment. Most of the time people say it's a condition of employment, but he accidentally said it's a coincidence of employment. Coincidences of employment happen when employees don't have relevance, when they don't have connection, when they don't have measurement, when they don't have a team or a company that knows how to function with organizational health, where, companies don't prioritize people. If something good happens, it's a coincidence of employment. So if you're working somewhere where you have things that happen to you that are a coincidence of employment, think about that funny thought. There should be things in your company that help you to develop that are a condition of leadership and a condition of employment. So I thought that was kind of neat. The quote I want to share with you today is this: "The electric light did not come from the continuous improvement of candles." And the other quote that I heard, I'm going to butcher this one because I don't have it in front of me, but if I had asked people what they wanted, they would have wanted faster carriages, behind a horse-drawn car, a team of horses, right? And that's Henry Ford saying, if I'd asked people what they wanted, they would have wanted, a faster horse and buggy, right? But he wanted to provide an automobile. So sometimes we just need to go do the right thing. Sometimes when we're talking to superintendents, sometimes when we're talking to teams, sometimes when we're talking to people who need something great, and we're asking them, hey, do you want something great? Sometimes, no, they're not always going to say, yes, I want something great. Sometimes you have to show them and then they'll want it. So if you're out there wondering, should I take my lean journey? Should I go do this remarkable training with Jason? Should I go implement tax planning? Should I go whatever? Should I take the Tony Robbins course Jason's talking to me about? Absolutely. The electric light did not come from the continuous improvement of candles. Stop doing the same thing you've always been doing. It's time for you to take massive action in a new direction. So what am I excited about in life? So I have out to the our lawyer and the accountant and the graphics folks the information for, and I've told you this before, a company called Lean Tact, which will provide consulting and training for tax planning. And we have a certification course that we're halfway through building. If you are interested in becoming a tax master and going through that certification course, it's a 2-day course, and it's virtual. Or it can be done in person, actually. I want you to please email me at jason@elevateconstructionist.com, and we'll work out times that we'll get you set up. I promise you, when you go through this, you will be able to perform at a higher level implementing tax planning than ever before. Let me talk about some feedback from our fans. It says, "Hi, Jason. I just started your book. I love it. As a specialty contractor, I wish every one of our GC partners would use this as their training guide. Now we'll need you to write a book for us for specialty contractor leadership that are working for superintendents not following these principles." So, absolutely. You tell me, I'm there. I'm writing the book. But in the meantime, talk to your GC partners and have me come out and help them get operational stability on their project site. I'll give them a good price. Just tell me who recommended them, and I'll hook you up. So here's the conflict for today. I don't think this will be a super long podcast, but it needs to be super impactful. You need a pick-me-up. You need extra energy. You need to take your next step. In fact, the other day I was emotional about something with Katie and just getting triggered. And Katie was like, oh my gosh, if you weren't close to a Tony Robbins event, I would literally pack up and go to Texas and just give you 2 weeks by yourself. Or I would schedule an event for you, because she knows that I need these trainings continuously to take me to my next level. And my mind, all of our minds have a tendency to go back into fear-based leadership or mentalities when we don't have these. And so she's like, if you weren't headed to Business Mastery with Tony Robbins on March 20th, I would do something for you. But since we're that close, I'll just let it be. And I just thought that was really funny. The first time I went to a Tony Robbins event, I was working through jealousy and fear. Being a little bit transparent here, I was a really jealous husband, a lot of fear-based stuff. It was leading to jealous behavior. It was hurting my marriage. He really got me through that. And then I went through leadership or Rapport Leadership International training twice, actually 4 times, but there's 2 big ones. And once I got rid of my jealousy and fear, then I really learned how to truly be myself in all aspects of life. Then when I did the second training, I learned how to be in my ideal role. That led to me starting a business. And then business mastery is going to take me to my next level, or my next level, or my next level, or my next level. Every time I do one of these immersive trainings, it's going to take me to another level, to where I'm on a super good path. I'm on a good trajectory as a human being. Now, you need that. I don't know what it is that you need. Yours might not be jealousy. Yours might not be fear. It might be anxiety. It might be, non-clinical suicidal thoughts. It might be, rejection. It might be, difficulty with a lack of self-worth. It might be a lack of vision. It might be you need to be more organized. Whatever it is, these trainings will help you. So I want to give you a little quote, another principle, and then I'm going to take you through this little booklet for some of the things that you would get when going to Unleash the Power Within. So here's the quote by Edwin Markham. We are the summation of the principles we have mastered. So if you're not on a journey that allows you to master the principles that you're learning, then where are you headed? Are you stagnant? And are you okay with that? And where else is that showing up in your life? So right now, I have my book from Unleash the Power Within, and I'm going to go through this. First of all, when you go to a Tony Robbins event, you need to be ready to play full out. The other thing is you will be dancing as a grown woman or man to music with high energy full out. Like it's just going to happen. And it's because Tony Robbins knows he's wasting your time unless you actually get that blood moving. He's going to teach you how to focus on the right things, how to use the right language, how to increase your effectiveness through your physiology. And he's going to basically go through a process of what's called neuroassociative conditioning, that he's going to reprogram your mind to be less fear-based and more performance-based. So he'll take you through the 6 human needs. I've talked to you about these in the podcast, but he does it in such a remarkable way that it's amazing. The other thing he does, which I really like, is he gets you outside of your comfort zone. So you're going to be on Zoom, you're going to be in Zoom rooms and chats, working with other people, doing things that are going to bring you outside of your comfort zone and have you play full out. It isn't, I'm going to tell you information, it's you're going to practice through muscle memory. And so what he gives you is a pattern of neuroassociative conditioning. He reshapes your beliefs according to what you truly believe and who you truly are, and gives you a system. And actually, it's a 5-step system. I'm looking here for sustained and lasting change that you're going to commit to. And there's some interesting processes. Like if you actually go to the event, you do what's called firewalking. I didn't think it was I was like, oh, that probably isn't that scary. But I'm literally with 15,000 other people putting my arm in the air saying, yes, 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 barefoot, out in the cold, in Southern California, headed towards the fire pits. And I'm like, oh, I guess, there's going to be coals. And when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, like, it's like coals and fire. Like, I didn't know this was a thing. And so I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. They're getting a little bit, like darker and they're not as hot. And then I get up like 10 feet from there and they get brand new coals from the fires and they put it on. And I've got like brand new fire and red hot coals and I'm about to go. So if anybody thinks that firewalking is like some stupid thing, like I'm telling you, it's not. Like you're literally walking in a controlled way on fire. Now, do people get hurt? He said about 5 to 10% of people get burned or get hurt. Those are the people that are not in state, meaning train their minds to be able to do it. Some people actually end up going to the hospital if they're distracted, they're not in state. I didn't. I got through it correctly because I was in state. And it taught me that I can, even in difficult situations, be in state and perform at a very high level. The firewalking was 10 times scarier than I thought it was going to be and 15 times more impactful than I ever thought it was going to be. Now, here's the impactful part. He does that and a number of other processes, and he does a process which I'm not even going to tell you about. It's almost indescribable. But he has you come to terms with your worst fears and focus on what's going to happen if you don't close the gap. What's going to happen if you don't actually make progress with this thing that's going to hold you back? What is going to happen in your life if you don't overcome your fear? What's going to happen if you don't head in the direction that you need to head according to your values and beliefs? And he engages in what's called the Dickens process, where he works you past your limiting beliefs. And he allows you to get leverage against those limiting beliefs and those fears in a remarkable way. And that's where that process comes in that I don't really want to spoil for you, but where that process comes in, where you really have to come to terms with it and then do that neuroassociative conditioning. When people leave, they're past their fear. They've broken through their blocks to leadership. It's so much more impactful and meaningful than I can even describe it. But what I'm saying is, if you are ready to figure out who you are, the vision of your life, the mindset that will make you successful, learn how to perform at a high level, giving 100%, playing full out, getting past your fears, and getting a new mindset that will allow you to perform like these advanced business leaders do, these advanced leaders do, these high performers, these high performing athletes do, then Unleash the Power Within is for you. I was on a high for at least 3 to 6 weeks when I got back, and I'm still not off of it entirely years later. And it's because you leave with such high energy from this and such hope that you have sustained progress and a want for more and more and more and more. In fact, I remember literally dancing while sitting down, listening to music when I came back from this thing in my car, people staring at me like freaked out, wondering if something's wrong with me, high on life, performing. And I do want to say that after I went to Tony Robbins, that's when I went from senior superintendent to general superintendent, then to field director, a project director, business owner. Like, I've literally taken like 4 or 5 major career steps, major promotions since this, because it's programmed me to be a high performing executive. So I want you, all of you, and you right now, the person you think I'm not talking to, I want you to sign up for a Tony Robbins course. I want you to sign up at least for Unleash the Power Within. I want you to pay the money. I want you to take the time. I want you to play full out. Don't you dare be last with anything. Don't you hold back. And when you're done, I want you to email me or give me a call and tell me how it's changed your life remarkably. It's going to be just that great times 10. And so I'm here on this podcast. Here's the other thing. I don't get $1. And I'm not guilting you. I don't get $1, not a single dollar from this podcast. There are podcast hosts that are really good, like my buddy Felipe Engineer. He gets paid to do that podcast because he's so amazing. I don't get $1 to do this podcast. I'm on episode 231. I stay up late at night. I do these after a long day's work. I do these after flights. I do these when I'm tired. I do these after a fight with my wife. I do these every day for you. Ask yourself, what would be my motivation? I would not sit out here for another 30 minutes doing this and editing this podcast if it wasn't worth your time. I'm telling you to do this. You deserve this. And you right now don't believe that you deserve this. And you're going to spend 95% of your life living for other people when you could at least just spend $400 or $500 on yourself and get yourself in a better direction and invest in yourself. I don't feel like you should put $1 into your 401k or $1 into a real estate investment or $1 into the stock market until you've put enough money into your own mind and training to make the most lasting investment. On we go.
Please join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help us spread the word by rating, subscribing, and leaving a review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time on the Elevate Construction Podcast.